Hi everyone, I'm Jenna. We're going to hang out for a few minutes because I am in an event and we have to wait until they get me into the event. So I hope you've been watching all the videos I've been posting today because a bunch of great ladies have been on there. So off and on all day I've been watching them. So we're almost there. So we're taking this heart basket and we're doing something with it today. So I'll do the whole introduction at one time with everybody. So let me know you're here. I hope you join me. At the top of the page is the link that you can go back and watch all the wonderful ladies that was on today. And there's one more coming up behind me. So this is an hour long tonight. So hi, Tony. So we're just going to hang out for a couple of minutes. So today I had to take tests for work. It was like, I wasn't interested in them at all. I put them off for as long as I possibly could. So they were due Monday and I've been putting them off for months. So hi, Sandra, I'm on. I came on a couple minutes early just to make sure everything was working right. Okay, so this is an event with the Creative Kinship Creative Group. Creative Kinship Event Group. I knew I was going to mess that up. So, hi, Veronica. I am Jenna. It's spelled like Gina. I answer to both. And this is Apple Dolly Creations. And I want to welcome all of you. I feel honored to have been invited to this group by Tanya and Sandra. So I want to thank Tanya from Tanya's Crafting Creations and Sandra from Country Family Roots for this invitation. Hi, Mom. So what I'm starting with, it's a Queen of Heart event. So it's all Valentine all day long. I've been posting all the videos, so I hope you've been watching. I got this heart basket. It was a really, really light wood. So I dunked it about 3-4 times into instant coffee and water just to give it some color because it was like almost white. But I picked this up at a thrift shop. There's a thrift shop by me that helps women when they come out of shelters and rehab, and I always go there. Hi, Country Family Roots. I'm glad you're here. I thank you for inviting me. So we're taking this basket, and originally I was going to make it so it would hang because we're putting a light on the inside, but I think we're going to make it so it will sit. So this has already been grunged and it is dry. And this is the light that I'm using. I got it off of Amazon. And we're using some ripped up fabric. Hi, Brenda. Thank you for joining me. And so we're going to get started. So first off, there's like a paper twist on the top of this. And I'm going to lightly, hi, Stephanie, lightly paint this red. So it's more of a pinky red. I took some white acrylic paint and I added just a little tiny bit of red to it, and I came up with this pinky red color, and we're just going to go lightly right over top of this. It's going to be a hit or miss look. I'm not doing the whole thing solid. So if you have not watched any of the videos today, there's a link at the top of the page, right at the top of this posting. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Cheryl. You can go back and you can re-watch everybody because there were some really nice things made today. So we're just going to do a wash over that, and that's all we're doing. Everyone that watches me normally is thinking, oh, thank you, Sandra. I'm glad to be here. Everyone that's watching me saying that's all the painting she's doing. Hi, Christy. I'm going to try and get all of your comments. If not, I do go back at the end and I read everybody's comment. So I'm going to hit this real quick with a dryer. Hi, Dennis. Hi, Kim. My kids are watching. Kid and daughter-in-law. Hi, Tammy. So this won't take any time at all to dry. I just wanted to give just the edge of this a little bit more color. Hi, Yachty. I watched you today. I took 1/8-inch strips of, this is gingham check, and I put it on a, thank you for sprinkling me. I put it on a wide-eyed needle. Since this is going to sit like this, I'm going to start right here at this point, and I'm just going to weave this in and out around. So we're going to start here and end up here. So up next following me, this is an hour long. Up next following me is Deborah with the crafting with this Sassy Chicks. So you'll have to watch her also. So where the basket does show, there is just a little hint of red from that paint. And then this is just going to give it an outline. Since we're Valentine's here today, everything is red. Some people, some of the ladies have done things in black and white, which are very pretty. I never thought of black and white for Valentine's Day. But I guess it's all what you're used to, right? Hi, Texas Breeze Creations. Thank you. I haven't followed you. I have to go follow you. Hi, Cindy. So I think this one piece is going to be long enough. I have a whole bunch of strips. I wasn't quite sure how many we were going to need. Nope, one's not going to be quite enough. But we're going to end it here because we're putting a rag bow right here also. So I'm going to push that out of the way and tuck it back here so it doesn't keep falling in what I'm doing. So hopefully I can get this done in an hour. I kind of timed it out a little bit. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. So I have a grunged, if you follow me, I grunge. I like the primitive. I have a doily. We're going to cut this so it fits in the bottom. We're going to put a piece of burlap in the very back. So we're going to trace this burlap. I grunge a lot. So I make grunge by the gallon, not by the recipe. I triple, quadruple it. Oh, that's not going to work. I need a marker. So this burlap, if you like to use burlap, Joann's calls it burlap fabric. I just bought a bolt of it. It's really cheap. It's on sale. So if you like burlap, and this is just a true burlap. If you like burlap, you know, right now is the time to get it. And I found out with Joann's, if you have it shipped to you, like over $50, I think it is free shipping. You get things a lot cheaper than you do in the store. Hi, Cat's Craft Corner. I'm not sure I'm following you either. I have been going through the comments of everybody's videos today and following a whole bunch of people. So if I've missed you, I will go back and follow you. I had to stop watching for a little while today. I had to take a test for work that I was not even interested in. I put it... Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I wasn't interested in it. I put that test off to the very last minute. It was due on Monday. I've been putting it off for months. It's like if I'm not interested in something, it's really hard to get my attention to do something. The one test sorta related to my job, but the other one had nothing to do with my job. Nothing. And I'm like, why are they making me watch this? So I need to trim this down just a bit more. So I've been crafting all my life. I'm a sewer. I do memory bears, pillows, the t-shirt quilts. That's what I'm mostly known for. But I've been crafting forever. I think I said on one of my videos last week that I was born crafting. Oh, you've only missed one? Well, I sort of watched 2 of them while I was reading and taking those tests on the computer. But the one that I wasn't interested in at all, I almost fell asleep reading all that information. It's like it didn't have any. I work at U-Haul. So I take care of all the storage units. And the one nice thing about working there, I like to repurpose things. Oh, hi, Sassy Chicks. Yep, you're up after me. You're new to me, too. I like to repurpose things and people leave things. So I'm always bringing something home. Right House Decor. Thank you for sprinkling me. Oh, thank you, Sandra. I appreciate you saying that. So we just put a piece of burlap in the back. What that does is just give another layer of a dimension to this so that you just don't have the plain wood. And we're going to cut this and we're going to fit it in here. So I've been sharing all the videos today, Mom. I hope you've been able to watch some of them. So we're just going to stick this in here. Make sure that fits. And it does. So the plug on this light is so big. I didn't want to drill a hole in the back of this wood because that would be an awful big hole. And this is really thin wood on the back of this. So that's why I'm using the doily. I'm going to glue this in. I haven't even really started. I got glue strings everywhere. I'm going to glue this in with the cord coming out the front. And then we're going to glue it so it'll go up underneath. And we're going to cover it with this doily. Should I put the doily in first? Nope, we're going to do it that way. And push that in. I'm going to put some Sweet Annie in it also. I'm just going to trim this so it'll go right around that wood. Just going to cut out a V. So this not only has been grunged, it also has been stiffened a little bit with Mod Podge because I was using wings or doilies for wings for angels. So we're just going to put this right around there. And then we're going to glue it down. And that's going to cover up that cord coming out the front. I feel really, really honored to have been invited to do this. So I want to thank Tanya and Sandra for inviting me. So we're going to take this cord and I'm going to flatten it out and I'm going to glue, press it down and glue it right along this bottom. Never fails. When you go to do something, you run out of glue stick. I bought the little ones this time because Walmart didn't have the long ones. That's the ones I like to use because they, I don't know, but to me they seem to last longer. And I'm going to have to hold this for a second. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Cheryl. Just going to glue this down so it stays right on that cord. So I went over and over this project for a long time. My husband kept saying, "You've been doing this forever." But this is my first event. So that's what we have so far. Okay, so in here, I'm going to put a little bit of Spanish moss. I love the way this stuff looks, but it is a mess to work with. I worked with this for a long time, Yvonne, trying to figure out what to do with that cord because that wood is so thin. I was afraid even if I used a little drill bit and went up, or that it would just splinter that wood. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and put it on both sides of this light. Got to get this out of my way. I always cut it trying to keep most of the mess in the jar. Sometimes it works. So if you have any questions, my hubby's in the other room watching. He's going to help me watch for all your questions if you have any. So that's what we've got. So I'm going to cut some of this Sweet Annie. I have hearts that I've used a cookie cutter and cut out. We're going to make those and stuff those. Do y'all like Sweet Annie? I love it. I got this off of Etsy, and it smells so good. I'm not sure, though, if you have allergy problems, that this would be a good thing. Because this one, it's really fresh. It has a really strong odor. Really strong. But I've been putting it around my house. We just moved here, and we're in the middle of remodeling. I swore I would never live in a remodel again, but here I am. So, you know, you do what you got to do. We'll just set this aside, and we're going to make these hearts. So I just trimmed them with a cookie cutter. If you watch me, I use cookie cutters all the time. And I cut 2 hearts for each one of these pattern fabrics, and everything's in the reds. We're going to glue these together, and we're going to stuff them with fiberfill. I say all the time on things like this, if you don't have fiberfill, you can pick up a really cheap Walmart pillow. They're like $3, something like that. And you can rip that apart. You can also use paper shred from a paper shredder if you have one. If you have that real fine cut paper shredder, you can stuff your things with that. It's one way to get rid of the paper shred, because ours cuts real fine. I'm trying not to burn myself, but I always get burnt, always. So I have an opening. I'm going to press this together and set this aside and let that set up. So I'm just leaving enough of an opening to put this fiber fill in. So I had a page with a bunch of followers on it and was hacked and lost everything because it was in my maiden name. And I haven't been Smith in 100 years. So FB would not let me have it back. So I am starting all over. And then one day last Sunday actually, I woke up to 3 different times people trying to hack me. Thank God I have all the safeguards. I hurried up and changed my password anyway, even though I have the safeguards on it. I'm like, really, people? I'm just a little peon in a pond. Why are they bothering me? Oh yeah, this Sweet Annie anyway, this is the first time I've gotten it off of Etsy, that it has a really strong scent to it. Back in the colonial days, they used to use it as an air freshener. But this one has a really strong scent. I like the smell of it. But I think somebody with allergies, this would bother. But I've never gotten it before that was this strong. So maybe this is fresher than the ones I've bought before. I don't know. So we're just sticking a little bit in here. It's better when you're using fiberfill to use smaller pieces than larger pieces. If you've ever seen a stuffed animal that has wrinkles in it, it's because it's been stuffed with large chunks of fiberfill at one time. So I've been making stuffed animals my whole life. So we're just making 3 little stuffed hearts. And we're going to tuck these in. So I'll have plenty of time. I'm trying to rush thinking I'm going to be late. I have plenty of time. So I have the patterns I use for sewing mostly are my own. I have even sold patterns to a pattern company. So sewing is my calm. Even though there are times when I'm sewing, I want to throw the sewing machine out the window. So, yeah, but I love sewing. I had a craft store for about 14 years. I did the store and craft shows. So I've done it just about a little bit of everything when it comes to crafting and sewing. So we moved here about 1.5 years ago to get out of the snow of Pennsylvania. So we have a daughter here. But here, we're on a lake. The winds are awful. Creative Crafting Duo 56. I'll have to go follow you. I'm not sure I'm following you. So we're going to tuck these in around the back of this heart, or the light. Just putting a little bit of glue. So we're going to tuck them in there. Oops, that one's coming apart. So if you have a problem with glue strings, a hair dryer will get rid of them. So we got 3 little hearts in there. Thank you for the hearts. So I'm going to take some of the Sweet Annie and just tuck it in there. When I opened the box of this when it came, I thought, wow, is that strong? But I love the smell of it. So you either love it or you hate it. So I'm tucking this right in around the light, and I'll show you in a moment. What's wrong, scissors? My family knows never to take scissors out of my room. My son learned that lesson when he was younger because I made him have my scissors sharpened. Because I have sewing scissors, I have different scissors for different things. And my sewing scissors, nobody cuts anything but fabric with them. So see the little bit of Sweet Annie in there? It's Sweet Annie. It's a dried flower. They used to use this back in the colonial days as an air freshener. I buy it from Etsy. I've tried growing it and I've never had any luck with it. Oh, thanks, Kim. Kim is my faithful daughter-in-law. Yeah. I'll put one more piece in there. Yeah, I like it a little bit fuller. So if you want to get rid of the comments so that you can see, well, I just got it on Etsy. I just typed it in search and 2 different suppliers came up. This is dried, it's not preserved. I like the preserved because the dried falls apart easier, but the preserved, I guess they use glycerin doing it, and it lasts a lot longer. So I have a little bit of cheesecloth here that I have grunged. This is actually the netting that you can get at Dollar Tree. Certain times of the year they have netting for decorations, like towards summer. And I buy a whole bunch of it and I grunge it. And this is what it is. I use it as cheesecloth, but you get a gigantic piece of it. So we're going to take a whole bunch of different strips of reds, whites, burgundies, just different strips of fabric. And we're just making a little rag bow and tying it with the cheesecloth. And we're going to fluff it up. I have a tag. I get these from Dollar General. There's like a pack of 25 for like $3. Oh no, that wouldn't be good. You wouldn't want to use that then. I have grunged this, and I'm going to take a ground espresso and just age it a little bit more around the edges. I'm just going to rub over it. Just a little bit. I'm taking a red paint pen and I'm going to draw a heart on this. Gotta work that paint down in there. I'm just freehanding a heart. And I'm going to color it in. I got this key from Hobby Lobby back in the scrapbook section. If you watch, hi Heather, if you watch when they have their scrapbook stuff, you can get these pretty reasonable. I'm going to tie it on with a piece of jute right into the bow. And I'm going to put the key on this too. That paint pen dries really quick. I'm going to feed this through and put this on the tag also. Yeah, I think I'm going to put this on the light right in the front. Let me hold it and let you see. What do you think? Should I put it right here? Or should I put it up here with the bow? What do you think? Oh, thank you. Anyone think where I should put this? I'm thinking it might look cute with that light. Then I'll be covering up the Sweet Annie. I'll put it with the bow. I'm thinking this needs something. I have some red berries sitting here. Every time I do a video, inside the light, the bent heart in the back. I could hang it back there. Bend of the heart, flush in the back. Oh yeah, that would be cute. Every time I do a video, I get a ton of stuff out. Most of the time I don't even use it, but I have it here behind the light. Okay, that's where we're going to put it. Just going to put a couple berries here. I'm just twisting them around my finger. So I'm going to tie this off into a bow. Put that key on the front. Maybe I'll just knot it. It'll be better knotted. I'm going to glue that key just a little bit so it doesn't fall and hit that bulb. I like that. Hi, Judy. Thank you. So we're going to take this and we're going to cut this off. So I'm rushing right along here, and we have plenty of time. So I'm thinking that's going to look better on the side. So I need to tie these off. Do we even need that? So that sits pretty nice so far. So I was thinking about putting the bow, this little rag bow here. I think I need to trim it down some, because over here it would interfere with the key. Nope, I don't like it down there either. Let me trim this down some. Maybe we won't use it at all. Does that need a bow? I could set it up here, huh? That would be cute up here with a on top of the basket. Thank you, Veronica. Take another berry and twist it. You know, I have a corkscrew. Have you guys ever made these? Now, I make them different than some of the videos that I've watched. I take a drinking straw. Now, this is grunged lace. I grunge it, let it dry. Then I put Mod Podge on it and wrap it around the straw and set the straw aside. And I get this corkscrew. A lot of people use dowel rods and they wet whatever they're wrapping around it and then put it in the oven. I've never done that. This is the way I've done it for, oh my God, 100 years. I am that old. Had someone comment on one of my videos, why do you say everything's 100 years? I don't know, but I do. So I'm going to take these, and you can bend them and twist them. And if they're real tight together like this one, you can pull it apart. I also do this and use this as doll hair. What do you believe, Dennis? 100 years? You and your sister made me 100 years old. You have to blame everything on your kids, right? They're adults now, so it's all their fault. I have been doing it for 100 years. Don't you remember working at the store that you hated? He never liked working at the store because it was all girl stuff and it was embarrassing to him. Isn't that right? This berry doesn't want to seem to stick there. Thank you for the hearts. So I found a bunch of my old videos on my computer that I'm going to start uploading since I lost, I don't know how much content I've lost. I'd like to go to Ohio and beat the person up that stole my other page. But everything happens for a reason, right? That's what I told my kids their whole life, so I have to believe what I preach, right? I did a video, went to bed, woke up, and didn't have a page anymore. So it was in my maiden name, and I don't have any ID with that name on it. So the FB would not let me have it back. And would not help me. Of course, I can't blame them. They didn't know who I really was. But I call my husband and my son my IT techs. They couldn't help me out either. These berries don't want to stick on this basket. Just going to hold them there. Eventually they will, right? So we're going to put this bow on. Of course, putting more hot glue on top of that is just softening up that other glue. Then we'll pull these berries out through this bow. And we'll plug this in so you can see it. Oh, we are early. Hold this here for a second. So the people that normally watch me aren't used to seeing me this late. I'm usually 7 o'clock is when I do my videos. After I get home from work and relax from the day, then I do a video. I think it needs one more. So these berries came from a garland that I had purchased that had rusty stars on it. So I've been ripping it apart and taking the stars off and using the stars for something else. And because if you're going to use a whole bunch of different picks, I always buy a swag if I can find one that has everything I want on it, because it's cheaper. I'm just picking up parts of this bow and sticking some berries in it. Need something right there in the center. So I'll take a cluster, twist the wires together. I'm going to clip this wire off short. And tuck this into that knot on the bow. Yeah. So I'll turn this around a second. I know you're all wondering what I'm doing here. Oh, the Crafty Ladybug, thank you. If I haven't followed you, I will go and follow you. So I've been going through comments of everyone's videos today and looking for all of you and following a whole bunch of people today. So there's the bow. I like the bow on the top of the basket. Oop, that one's coming off. I don't know, maybe it's the grunge, or maybe there's something on this basket that these berries, the glue won't stick to. I don't know. I've glued stuff to baskets before. But that thrift shop where I got this from is a really nice. And I always overspend when I go there, because they have such nice things, but they're helping women get back on their feet. And some of the women even work in this store. I'm going to take this other piece and glue it on here. So a lot of the chain thrift stores I don't like to go to. So I always search out the privately owned. Hi, Amy. Thanks, Veronica. Thanks, Christy. So I just tucked another piece of that corkscrew up underneath of there. So up next is Deborah from the Crafting with the Sassy Chicks. You have to go watch her. She's the last one of the night. And if you are a creator, you make things, we all support each other. That's how we grow. And that's how we do what we love, right? I could sit in this room from morning to night. Thank you, Crafty Ladybug, for sprinkling. Thanks, Kim. So let's plug this in so I can show you. I can barely reach over here. So this could be left out year-round, not just a Valentine thing. I bet silicone woodwork. I don't have any in here. I didn't think about that. Thanks, Stephanie. Thanks, Crafty Ladybug. I like those light bulbs. I made some with silicone and cinnamon. I like those too, but I don't have any left. I have to make some more. Oh, thanks, Lavon. Yeah, this could be sitting out all year round, not just... And if red isn't your color, you can make it your color. Thanks, Mom. So just... The most expensive part of this was the light. It was $10 from Amazon. But my Hobby Lobby is not up and going yet. Last February we had a tornado and wiped out Hobby Lobby. Goodwill, there's a whole bunch of, this place was devastated for a while. But they're going to be up and running in a couple of months. So I order from online right now until they're up and going. Thanks, Kat. Thanks, Amy. So I am early, so we can sit here and chat for a few minutes. Unless, Sandra, you want to do something different. Or Tanya, you want to do something different? The Right House Decor. Oh, thank you. I will have to follow you. Yes, I like that flame too. I picked a pack of these up at Walmart. I do not have another craft I can start. Well, I can show you some of my Walmart haul from Christmas decorations. I have those. I'm going to leave that sit there because I really like the look of that. Walmart right now has 90% off of all their Christmas decorations. And I always go looking for Christmas decorations that don't look Christmassy. So look at this ball. I saw this and I told my husband, this is wood. I said, now that's going to be a head for something. But it's regular $4.98 and I got it for 98 cents. It's wood. I love this. I do too. Give me a sale any day. And then I got these little mice. There's 4 in a pack. Look how cute. They're stuffed. I took all the Christmas decorations off and used one the other night in one of my bunny top hats. They have little skis on. These were $7.98, but I got them for $2. And there's 4 in a pack. And these were Dollar General, just little wooden wreaths for 50 cents. Oh no, I got these for $1 each. I know, I love those mice. I got 4 boxes of them because that's all they had. But if they'd had more, I would have bought them all. Those mice were adorable. And I thought, for that, I can't even make them for that, you know? Look at these stars. They're made out of sweater. There's nothing really Christmassy about these. They're stuffed. They got a bell. They had white ones and the red ones. And then they had one that looked like burlap. These were 78 cents now. Yeah, this is Walmart. So I always look for Christmas decorations that aren't really Christmassy because these could be used at 4th of July. But I really like the burlap, but they only had one box of them. So if you're out and about, check out the Walmart because they are really marking things down. But this, I would have bought every one they had, even if they had 50 of them. These are wood balls. It's not a heavy wood ball, but when I saw that, I told my husband, I said, oh, I'm going to use that for a head. He gives me this look like he's not used to. We've been married a little over 2 years, and he's still getting used to me and my thought process of making things. Hi, Beverly. But this, I know. I mean, a certain kind of a tree that would look good, but I don't know. I think it would be too heavy for a branch. But for a head, that would be perfect, wouldn't it? Hi, Patricia. We're going through my Walmart haul because I ended soon. Too early. These are Dollar General. So they're not really Christmassy. But these were $1 each. I got a bunch of these. But these I thought were cute. Now they did have a little piece of greenery on them. Yeah, I love that. If they had 50 of those wood balls, I would have bought all 50 of them. I know my husband then would have looked at me like I was strange, but some of these had a little piece of pine on them, but some of them didn't. And maybe they fell off, I don't know, but little wood wreaths. Now I see these in a doll's hand or in a teddy bear's hand, or decorate, put it onto something else. But they're wired. They're on wire. You need to cut them apart and just use the beads. I got this one. It's twig at to Walmart. They only had one. And when I was looking at Christmas decorations, I didn't see this at all. But I forget what I paid for that. I didn't pay more than $1.50 for $2 for any of this stuff. Then at Dollar General, they had metal angels. I thought I could grunge that up, you know. If you like angels. Then they had the metal stars. They have just a little bow on them. So that's not really Christmassy. Not even the angel is Christmassy, because it just has a burlap bow on her head. So go check these places out and watch Deborah from the Crafting with the Sassy Chicks is next. And I'm sure she's got something. The heart basket, I got it from a thrift shop. And then it was a real light wood, and I dunked it into grunge a couple of times to give it that honey color. Yes, that's probably what I'll do too, is take the bow off. But, I mean, it's metal. I liked it. And for $1, you know. I'll do so. I have a whole box of stuff sitting back here that was Christmas decorations, but that I'm going to use for something else. But yeah, it turned out, and I like that key and that tag in the back. Yeah, I just got a ton of this stuff just a few days ago, but I've been going to Dollar General and Family Dollar and Walmart every few days looking to see how much they've marked stuff down for. But these mice, this is something else. If they had more, I would have bought more. Their tails are wired. But all of these trims, the hat, the skis, everything comes off really easy. They're not really glued on good. But they were a Christmas decoration. But this tail is wired so you can twist it. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching me. I appreciate it. I want to thank you for welcoming me into the group. I have totally enjoyed today. And I appreciate all those hearts that's going up, and each and every one of you that's watched and has followed me. And I will go back and follow you. And I have had fun. I really have. Oh, yes, go back and watch the replay. Yes. You can go back. There's a link at the top of my page. You can go back and watch all the ladies. Watch them all on replay today. And I missed a couple, so I am going to go back and watch them. Thank you, Amy. You have a good night, too. And we're just going to, a couple more minutes, and we're going to click off here, and we're going to go watch Deborah. Thank you, Amy. And thank you for the ones that made different suggestions. Thank you. I'll have a great night. You too. The Right House Decor. Texas Breeze Creations. Oh my goodness. I got a lot of you to follow. I've missed a lot of you through the day. But I had to take those 2 tests for work today. And the one I had an awful time staying awake because I was falling asleep because I wasn't interested in what didn't have anything to pertain to me. I'm not even sure why they told me I had to take it. But because I'm never going to work on trucks or work on the propane or... Oh, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I feel really blessed that I've been invited by you and Tanya. I was so excited when I got the message from you guys that you asked me to be in the event. You can ask my husband. I was really excited. I appreciate it. Thank you all. So Deborah's next, and all you have to do is refresh the page over on Creative Kinship Event Group, and you can see Deborah, or you can go on her page, or I'm going to post it here too, so you can just continue watching if you want. Aw, thanks. Thank you. I try. I just be myself and whatever it is, right? That's all we can do. Okay. Is Deborah on now? I don't want to click everybody off and leave you with a blank space. Okay. A big black hole in the internet. All right, everybody. Have a great night. You can continue watching on my page because I'm going to share Deborah too. Or you can go over to the group page and watch her there. Love you guys. Thank you so much. I have thoroughly enjoyed this.